So we are the Davis family. I'm Joy. This is my husband, Nick. This is our youngest, Elsie, and this is our daughter, Emery. And our daughter, Emery, has been a part of TLC, which is now Root for Kids, for 2.5 years doing early intervention. She was born with a disease called Sturge-Weber syndrome, which is a disease that affects the brain and causes seizures and some learning deficits. And so we got involved with early intervention when Emery was 5 months old, and it really just helped her progress and helped her kind of recognize her own potential, and she did really well with it. She loved it. I remember our first meeting, how much I realized they believed in my daughter's abilities and how much they believed that she would be able to do great things with her life. And that was something that I didn't even know if I believed yet. I was a new mom, and I had a daughter that had already been on a life flight, and she had this really horrible disease. And to have someone and a whole team of people come into my life and ready and willing to help us and to help her discover her own potential, that was probably one of the greatest gifts I could be given as a parent, was just the ability to see her potential and to see the potential that I had to be her mom. They weren't very often, but when she would have a seizure, it was like an immediate life flight up to Primary Children's, and once her body started seizing, she couldn't stop. We met with her doctors, and we decided it was time to do this brain surgery that would hopefully, the plan was to be able to separate the two hemispheres, the sick and seizing hemisphere from the healthy hemisphere. And by doing that, it would stop her from having these seizures, because at that point her seizures were life-threatening, and we'd almost lost her a couple times from them. And our team at TLC was just always there. So we then decided to do this surgery, and as the surgery got closer, we decided to make some t-shirts for some of our friends and family. And Rihanna found out about these t-shirts, and I didn't even know that she had ordered some until Emery had her surgery, and unfortunately she ended up having a stroke after her surgery. And a few days later, I got a text message from Rihanna, and they were all wearing their t-shirts, and it was our whole team. And they all had these t-shirts that said Emery's name on them. And we have this thing we call Emery's Army. And so they had the t-shirts that had the Emery's Army logo. And it just came at like such a welcome time, because we were feeling a little out of our element. We weren't at home anymore. We were up at Primary Children's, and we'd had this devastating outcome. And just to feel all that love from back at home from her team, just I think meant everything to us. You guys really, you believe in these kids, you're there for these kids, you're there for these families, but it also provides them with a really good foundation for the rest of their life. You do 3 cheers for Root for Kids. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!